So up next we have Mr. Gauthamraj Elango, an engineer turned social sector professional with 7 years of experience in using tech in driving social change. As the head of technology at Reap Benefits Foundation, he has been leveraging open source tools like Samaaja to empower communities and create impact at scale. Discover how FOSS drives large-scale impact and learn about the Jaldoot program's success in Assam, where Samaj enabled 17,000 plus Jaldoots to survey 5,000 villages using low-code technology. Please give him a warm welcome.
Good morning. Am I audible? Just give us a couple of minutes. Okay, in the meantime, since my introduction is already done, let me actually start with my own personal story, how I first encountered with free and open source software. Let me take you 15 years before I was in college. I don't know how many of you know this. There is an open source operating system called as Ubuntu. This is back in 2008 and 9. During that time, they do free shipping program. So you make a request and it will be delivered to your own house. So me being someone from a tier 3 town receiving a package with a CD from Netherlands itself is a great motivator to get started. Without thinking anything, just open the package. There was one CD, started installation. Of course, it was challenging. There were a lot of failures. I messed up some of the very important files my father was having on his system. All those things were happening. Back then, it feels like it's a very complex and a very vast thing to handle. But some of the principles I was able to extrapolate is the transparency, the openness, the collaboration, and more importantly, the shared vision to solve a real world problem. Why an open source software exists, why Ubuntu came into existence, had a longer and deeper impact within me. Those principles are something that I have always carried forward 15 years after, still in whatever the work I do, whatever the principles, wherever I go, that is something that I strongly hold on to. So in today's talk, I'll be covering 3 parts. One, a little bit context about the work I do, the organization where I work, because that is important. Second, the free and open source software that we have developed in support of FOSS United, the why of it rather than what it does. And then, okay, the software is great. Does it lead to any on-ground impact? So I'll also present a small case study, and of course, happy to take questions after that. Great. Samaaja, FOSS for citizen engagement. What does the specific use case, the case study I'm going to talk about is how FOSS or Samaaja has led to engaging and incentivizing youth at scale that lead to an impact, which we will be covering in the upcoming slides. Okay, so I work in a not-for-profit called Reap Benefit. What is our goal? Our goal is to foster agency in youth. How do we do it? By activation of 21st century skills. How do we activate 21st century skills? While there are different ways, the approach we take is by making them solve on-ground, local, civic and climate-related problems. What does it lead to? The hope is that it will lead to resilient communities. Great. How do we do it? On theory works fine, but can you explain a little bit more? What do? We activate youth agency. How do we do it? By enabling them to take actions and consistent actions. When someone takes actions, what is that individual output or impact that they are creating is the activation of 21st century skills. When these young people as a group or collective start taking actions on the ground, it generates 2 types of informations, which is one, generates 2 types of informations. One, the bottom up or on ground civic and climate related issues. It can be a problem that they have discovered, or it can also be about an investigation that they have done to know more about the problem. Okay, the problem is discovered, some form of an investigation is also there. The second type of information that is getting generated is how can as a individual or a community member, I will be able to solve those issues, which means the community solutions. So as a second output, we generate public goods, which is a crowdsourced data, and the local citizen driven solutions. Okay. So before that, okay, this is the theory of change or the social change model. At the bottom, as you can see, we have the Solve Ninja Tech platform. So here tech is an enabler. What do I mean by tech as an enabler? Can all this impact be created without technology? The answer is yes. But can that be enabled in scale? Can we do it in scale? That's a question, right? So now what is this Solve Ninja technology platform? So that's Samaaja. So Samaaja, literally it means society. It's a free and open source software created for location-based citizen engagement. And it was created in collaboration with FOSS United and ReBenefit together to allow any organizations to leverage Samaaja in their work to mobilize citizens on the ground. What led to the creation of Samaaja? In our citizen engagement work, 3 major issues ReBenefits was facing. One, how do we meaningfully acknowledge and incentivize or create value for our stakeholders? In our case, it's the youth. That's the problem number 1. Second, how do we create a space of gamification where there is collaboration over competition? Third, we generate a lot of geolocation information from the ground. How do we use this information to create meaning out of it? How can we use this information to provide actionables to the community? So 3 major problem statements. With this, we reached out to the FOSS United team. At that point, we wanted to have a specific solutions that work for ReBenefit. But again, going with the FOSS learnings, instead of creating something specific, how about we create something generic? Because this seems to be a common problem with a shared vision that needs to be solved with different organizations across India working in this sector. So that's how Samaaja was created as a free and open source software. How does that, how Samaaja solves these issues? It is low code, it's faster, it's easy and simpler to deploy it. It has built-in configurable user profiles. By default, you will get a configurable badging system. It also comes along with a gamified leaderboard. It also comes along with a system to easily manage the geolocation information. And finally, it provides the ease of integration with the existing platforms. Okay, sounds good. Does it really, like once we have a platform like this, will it lead to immediate impact? As you can see, that is one simple example of Samaaja in action. As you can see, just to give context, we used Samaaja as a platform to crowdsource bottom-up citizen information regarding dengue. Like there is a lot of dengue cases here. We wanted to crowdsource that information. How did we do that? As you can see, because of the possibility and ease of integration we're using Samaaja, the user-facing platform is a WhatsApp chatbot, which is powered by Glyphic, which is also an open source. The users provide the information, and then the data that is getting generated through the user added to the Samaaja database, and then it starts populating as on a map, which will start giving community insights or actionables to the community. At an individual level, these are actions which leads to skill development by contributing to the crowdsourced information. The user's profile will be auto-created by Samaaja, and as you can see, the skills, and these are configurable. What you see is in the context of ReBenefit work. So great, the tool is there. Will just using this tool can we create an impact? The answer is no. It has to be a mix of technology plus what are those levers that make that shift, right? What are the key levers? Based on our 10 years of work, the 5 major levers that enable change on the ground, or behavioral shift or mindset shift, are network of local mentors. This is general to all the work, whatever the context you want to put in, you will be able to relate to. Access to peer community, access to knowledge and solutions that works on ground. These are bottom-up solutions, but of local solutions, but with shift in context, this can be replicated across. Access to technology. This under technology, it can also be access to data, access to information, and then finally consistent behavioral nudges. The key is this: how do we make people to consistently take action so that it leads to a permanent change? Great, all sounds good. Can you really show me an impact that Samaaja has created? Is there a realistic use case? Yes. So let me explain you about the recent collaboration that we had with Jal Jeevan Mission. For those who don't know what is Jal Jeevan Mission, it's a government initiative to ensure safe drinking water in every household across India. Jal Jeevan Mission of Assam reached out. They wanted to, in Assam there is this problem of about half of the population does not have access to safe drinking water, which is actually leading to 2 lakh annual deaths based on a recent report. Assam is a flood zone. But the sad thing is, there is a lot of underground contamination happening, so you can't immediately take that water and consume it. Okay, the problem is clear. Are there solutions? Yes, there are solutions. That's where the Jal Jeevan Mission comes into play. But low awareness about the Jal Jeevan Mission. The youth are not engaged, so there is a lot of defense from the community in whatever being proposed. There is a need for behavioral shift. So this is the problem, this is the challenge, and with that we wanted to create, what is the aspiration? The aspiration is to build the first mile water champions in each and every village of the Assam. So that's the goal with which this project was initiated. Reap Benefit is one of the partners, and then Jal Jeevan Mission Assam. Then we have INREM, who are the water experts. So we came together and then put out this program called the Jaldoot. So Reap Benefit was focusing on our own strengths, which is enabling online and grassroots mobilization of youth through technology. INREM was playing to their own strength of water management and water expertise. Of course, the other pieces are the government departments which were playing the orchestrators or facilitators on the ground. How does this journey look like? Jaldoot is a grade 7, 8 or grade 9 student selected from the rural schools of Assam. They go through a 2-day sensitization program where they know about the water supply scheme or how the water treatment is being done. Then they are onboarded to the technology. In this case, the call to action is, after this 2-day session is over, go back home, give a missed call. When they give a missed call, they'll be onboarded to the WhatsApp chatbot. And then through the chatbot, there is a consistent engagement happens in form of nudges. And the example of nudges is, can you do a survey of your water supply scheme? Can you participate in this challenge of crowdsourcing? Do you want to create awareness about water supply scheme as a campaign in your locality? So these are nudges that are sent out to these Jaldoots. The consistent engagement lead to the creation of offline and online communities created at a local level, at a village level, or at a cluster level. And now it's been 8 months since we are working with Jal Jeevan Mission. Now we have a community of 40 active young people in Assam who wants to drive change beyond water as well. What is the overall impact look like? 24,000 Jaldoots activated. 5,000 villages are there, which means 5,000 schemes are survived. 2,000 plus data points have been crowdsourced. More than 14,200 problem solving actions been taken. 100 effective change makers have been identified, and we have the first community of 40 active community leaders. Great. Now, can you show me how does Samaaja helped in this entire process, right? On-ground action leading to behavioral change. How does it happen? The bot being the user-facing platform, we sent out nudges to them in their local language, which enabled sustained engagement. And on the right, you see is the leaderboard, which is powered by Samaaja. which gives the sense of a peer community and creates this gamification aspect of collaboration, inspiration over competition. People on the top got this sense of accountability that they wanted to share. It actually created that spirit of collaboration, openness, and transparency within the community itself. On-ground action leading to skill development. So what is the takeaway for the young person, right? For them to just go on the ground, because we are asking them to solve a real world problem, and it is not a cool thing to do. Like if a young person choose to, I want to go and play with my friends, versus I wanted to go and solve a problem on the ground, the eventual mentality is this, right? So what are those incentives and rewards that we can show them so that they start to see the real value of it? So what you see is a user profile customized for Reap Benefits and Jaldoot's context, powered by Samaaja. So any action the young person is taken, which is reported and captured through the bot, is mapped against that skill metrics that we have, which will show them what are the skills that gets activated, the skills that they are good at. The eventual aspiration for this platform is how do this changemaker portfolio democratize the way currently people access to opportunities. Just because someone does not know how to articulate better, does not know English better, might miss out having access to these opportunities. So the idea is, can skills, can facts lead to access to opportunities? On-ground action leading to activation of youth agency, data getting generated, made public, open data. What you see is a community-driven insights. They use this data to hold the local governance accountable. And finally, 3 months before, the entire program had a massive impact in terms of the way the water supply scheme is getting implemented. Now the Jaldoot program is a national policy. This means any state which wanted to work with youth around water conservation, the highly recommended program is Jaldoot. Yeah, that's about the impact of the entire program of Jaldoot program, which was empowered and enabled through Samaaja plus the levers. The key is not the technology, the key is not just the levers, it's the combination of the both. Okay, coming to the technical aspects, it is created using Frappe. It is ready like Frappe framework. So every detail is available on the GitHub. So you can download, all the documentations are there. So the ways to get involved, what are the different ways one can get involved? One, definitely there is support with the adoption, as in there is a lot of not-for-profits who wanted to leverage Samaaja, but there is a tech capacity and tech understanding gap. So it's a very niche opportunity that technologist has at this point to work with these not-for-profits and then empower them. That said, if you are interested in exploring this, how do I contribute to FOSS for social impact? We have a booth called Oasis. So Reap Benefit is also a part of this alliance called Oasis. The idea is, how do we bridge this gap of tech understanding? How do we, in not-for-profits, how do we help not-for-profits to leverage open source? So that is definitely a potential area of contribution. Second, coding contributions. Of course, you are welcome. Every detail, and we have a set of problem statements and wish list already there for Samaaja 2.0. You can definitely chip in and contribute. Documentation, we have a decent documentation created, but would love to have a better documentation setup. Community setup is mostly around the adoption part, like being a part of an Oasis will actually help in terms of supporting NGOs, at the same time hand-holding NGOs in deciding what type of technology that they can leverage. Mentorship, if you're good in Frappe, if you wanted to support because there is a lot of interest in our tech community that Reap Benefit has, and especially in the Oasis booth also, there is a common trend we are seeing. They are interested, but they don't know where to start, and we don't have the enough capacity as well to provide that mentorship support. So if you're interested, if you wanted to groom others, definitely that is another area you can collaborate with. No more. So the website links, GitHub, what is the default design of the leaderboard, default design of the user profile, the tech documentation, the tech installation script, all these links are here. Thank you. Happy to take any questions if there is time.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. How can we use open source like Samaaja for gathering various type of city level data like geolocations, amenities, etc., etc.? Could you please elaborate?
Great. By default, Samaaja has the ability to handle the location information. When you say location, latitude, longitude, and maybe a small description. It has all the necessary schemas and systems readily available. That is one from an infrastructure point of view. Second, the possibility that Samaaja create is the ease of integration. How we have used WhatsApp as a primary source to collect this information, like that we can use forms. Right? Let's say I have already the data which is available, but I just wanted to ingest it. There is a backend process through which we will be able to do that. So one, definitely integrations. Second, there is by default forms can be created through Samaaja where people can fill in. 3, if you already have the data, there is a system, very simple system to ingest the information in the backend.
Thank you.
Just to add on, we have a collective called Samaj Data Collective. The idea is exactly this. There is no single place where all hyperlocal information is available. So we are getting information which is available in clusters in different places in one place, and then trying to see the intersectionality. For example, the recent dengue initiative talks about dengue hotspots and it's relevant to rainfall and temperature increase. So how do we bring these together and show it as a narrative to people so that the conversation kickstarts? So happy to discuss or explain further. Yeah. Any more questions? Okay, thank you. Just in case if you want to explore this further, at 11 we have a Birds of Feather session in Auditorium 3. It is about FOSS and social impact. I mean, it's an invitation, open invitation for those who is interested. Feel free to come there. Thank you.